Hi guys, my name is Meads. This is going to be a review for Figma. And we have Yukikaze, which is from the Colle series. Really awesome. And I do like collating this battleship themed girls. Now, I'm not too familiar with the historical of the Yukikaze. But, you know, whatever I can get from the wiki. And this wiki is more pertaining to the game of the Colle series. So she's a Kangaroo class destroyer, and with that name, with the Kaze, I think meaning the wind, I think Yukikaze translates to snowy wind. Kind of reminds me of a Shimikaze. And yeah, and I think from what I also gathered, she's one of the luckiest ships that wasn't sunk after numerous battles during the World War, I think #2. So very interesting. As well as her clothing, she doesn't seem to be wearing any skirt, and I think it's just kind of like a, yeah, I'm not, she's not wearing anything down there. I think she's just wearing panties, or maybe those like bathing suit. It's kind of weird. Anyways, here we go. We have a, I guess, variety of faces here. Her loadout, and she seems to have like a telescope here, maybe. I have her turrets right there, number 258. I got mine from Ami. Yep, really cool. And on the top and the bottom. That's it for the box. Let's take a look inside. Alright, we got Yukikaze here, and she looks really adorable. That really cute face, the hair. Yep, and her lovely outfit without a skirt. And seems like she's wearing one of those sailor outfit, you know, from Sailor Moon, or well, it's just a typical Japanese uniform. You get the navy blue with white shirt, and seems like looks like a peanut butter colored necktie here or tie. Yeah, really nice. Nicely detailed, especially the buttons here. Even the stripes. Nicely done. Really amazing. Yep. Even the details on her head. They call this the voice piece, kind of like your microphone. You know, kind of like the old style. And we have the megaphones here as well. Her speakers, and I guess it's kind of like the bridge up there. Really nice. And as most other, she has the rudder heels. This is a little different though. The cuffs on her boots. Really nice. And she does not wear a skirt. Yep. Well, her name does say Snowy Wind. I don't know, meaning that it's cold or something. And obviously, gotta check. And for those who have seen my Yukikaze video of me getting 2 left legs, yeah, that's unfortunate, but hopefully it's not this one. So why don't we take a peek? Ooh, what does this say? Alright, so this, I believe, is her name, Yukikaze. Although some people read it this way. It's supposed to read it from right to left. So that's, I believe, her name in katakana. Yep. Yeah, really nice. And yeah, white panties, but let's leave it at that. Articulation wise, she's one of the simpler design, and with that, I think her articulation is fairly good. There's not much going on. She doesn't have that really long hair with the anchor getting in the way. This is rubbery, but it's a bit, yeah, I don't think you can move that. You have your shoulder here, and the hands, or the elbow, I mean. The wrist joint, quite great. You have the legs. I mean, this has a little bit of give, so you can move the legs up and get the knee here, the ankle, and which you can turn on the side. So yeah, well, there we go. Just gotta move around that joint. Really good articulation, I have to say. Alright, we got the instruction booklet here, and from what it seems, we have to disassemble her head, her arms, just to put the backpack on because of the straps. That's along with that cannon there. You need to use number 4 and number 8 hands for the binoculars, and this is what I'm talking about with the voice pipe, where you have to turn it so it doesn't get in the way, changing out the faceplate. And you get the Japanese instructions on the other side. Well, let's give that a try and hopefully nothing breaks. Alright, let's see how lucky we are. Alright, so let's go with instruction now. It says to remove the head. I hardly do this on my Figmas, and just getting it, yeah, I'm not too fond of this, but just gonna wiggle it. Just be careful, take your time. I think I'm doing it wrong. Well, let's remove the faceplate since it's moving from there. So turn this, even moving this voice piece here. Oh man, it makes you cringe, like you don't want to break it. Alright, so remove that here. Yeah, I end up removing this peg to the head area here as opposed to the other side. I do want to remove this section here. I think it's a lot easier that way. And well, I'll leave it to that. Now remove this shoulder here. Oh man, why are we doing this? Same way, you may want to start rotating the shoulder here. Yep, there we go. And yeah. Alright, so we have the backpack here, and seems like we're just gonna collect that way. Get this strap around, although it's kind of gets in the way. There we go. Oh, I don't like that. Oh man. So I hate it when you have to play around with a ball joint and trying to get it into a new peg. Probably have to use the stand here. And likewise, before you start turning the stands, make sure you grab your screwdriver or your Phillips and give it a few turns, maybe a quarter to a half turn, and just kind of loosen it up for now. Then once you get in a pose, to go ahead and tighten it again. Just don't want to break that. Alright, so let's pre-drill this, or get this thing, get that hold, loosen up. There we go. Push this on here. There we go. And I'm not too concerned of that being loose because it wraps around on the arm. There we go. And more than likely, it actually stays there. It's not too loose. So you may want to do that. If you ever had that problem, but more than likely you probably have tried that already for watching my video, or either way, hopefully that helps for some. So use your stand, because that one is a ball joint and it will tend to bend. Get this hands here. Here we go. And where's her face? Getting back to this. Right, so let's put this on here. Just gently push it down. And again, be mindful when you're pushing two things together. There's a lot of details here that's just held by, you know, it's a small piece that could snap off when you're putting too much pressure. So just be careful on that one. And, oh no, I forgot. Wait. Can this just go over the head? I really hope so. There we go. Oh, jeez. Alright, we got lucky on that one. I forgot. It says an instruction to put this on before putting the arms and the neck, or the head. Alright, there we go. This one, let's see here. Can you move that? Oh, you cannot. What? So she just have a bag here. I wish you could move this, but mine doesn't seem to move. It feels like you can. The instructions says nothing on that. Well, it's not gonna move then. Alright, there we go. And getting back to the base here. Where did I put them? So we have a Figma base. Oh, this jargon here. And let's put this on first. There we go. This one. Yep. And just align it. I think that's about right where we want it to. And there we go. And this is the time when you start tightening the joints. Not too tight though, just once you get that little bit of grip, that should be fine. This one is relatively loose on the base here. It slides quite easily. Huh. Probably just add a little bit of blue tack there. This lettering is a little bit more prominent than the others I've seen. Yeah, I can even see it. It's a little bit of an eyesore. Anyways, yeah, she looks great. Although I really want to try this out. So this is the Tamashi combination stand from Bandai, a different company from Max Factory. And we have this. It comes in 2 packs, or you get 2 stand per package, and roughly about $15. This actually costs more than the regular Tamashi stage number 4 or 5, which were normally $15. And you get 3 actually. But getting back to this is colored, which is quite nice, and you have this extra piece here which kind of lifts it up, and now she seems like she's in water with that blue. Really nice. So for this one, it only comes with this segment here for the stand, and I'm just still using this little connector here from the Figma, and it seems to work out quite well. So I really like this. I may end up buying more of this for my Figma Cancali stuff. Yep. Really nice. And let's go on with the other accessories. Alright, so we have the rack of hands here. Quite a bit. We have the open hands, aside from the closed fist. We have the relaxed hands here, and I think this might be the binoculars here, and you have a pair for holding any other accessories that you might come across with. You have an additional wrist joint. I hardly see this break. To be honest, the shoulder joint will likely to break more so than the wrist joint. Yeah, but nonetheless, they give you that. Yeah. And we have the binoculars here, as well as, let's get back to the faces. So we have 2 other faces here. Looking at this, let's get a closer look. This one is looking straight ahead, but you also have another one where she's smiling with an open mouth. Oh, dropped it. Looking to her left. Yep. And you have another one where she just too happy with a closed eyes and open mouth as well. She does not have one where her mouth is closed. She's just too happy. And I already kind of demonstrated on how to replace the face. Again, you got to move that voice piece right there. So I'm not gonna do that since we're gonna be using this, and it will look weird for our eyes to be looking on the left to have this on. But let me demonstrate. I think this is the right hand. Let me just see. Yep, that seems to work, and we'll try that one. The paint, I don't see any paint. Maybe a little bit of a scuffage there, so you may want to be careful. This is nicely detailed. You get a piece of thread here, or the cord. That's quite nice, and you can have this on the side. Actually, I was just looking at the instruction. Well, she has this overlay on her head, so let's see if we can wrap this around her neck. And come on, we almost got it. It's doable. There we go. Right there. Now that works out. let's swap out the hands here. Just bear with me. There we go. Got that wrist joint right there. And we need this one right here. There we go. Again, be careful when you're putting the joints. Actually, this one just slides in quite easily. And there we go. And I think that's actually the accessory. You just get the binoculars and this side thing. A bit less, and she probably has the lightest accessories out of the Figma Colle series so far. But she's really adorable, and I'm really like this. So let me see if I can have her hold this. Hold on, I gotta play around with the alignment, or just the right length. There we go. Maybe just align it on top of her, just around her eyes, and put this on here. Not too close though, we don't want to poke her eyes. Come on, there we go. All right, that's as close as I can get to. I mean, you know, just play around with the joints. Another thing I noticed that the brown strap on her backpack is kind of hitting that, so you may want to work around. Yes, see that thing's not all the way in. That's probably why. Yeah, I really hope the brown straps doesn't scrape on the white, and eventually or later on might have an issue where you got brown marks all over the white skirt. Yeah. Anyways, let me see if I can try it. Oh, what happened? Yeah, you're gonna be playing around and trying to get that hand to just align right with the binoculars. Yeah. Well, we'll get it in there somehow. Let me get that off camera. Alright, so in the process of trying to put that, or holding these binoculars, I think from what I recorded earlier on, I end up scratching her face. I managed to get rid of it, and if you ever get to that point, be very careful. You can try soap water, just slightly rub on it with cotton buds or the Q-tips. But be very careful. I actually resort to using rubbing alcohol, which is very delicate. Actually, yeah, I had to use a rubbing alcohol. You just gotta be very careful not to touch the eyes, because that is a decal, and you might end up rubbing her eyes off. So just a heads up. So let me attempt to do this one more time. So I think a good place is, I guess you could just make that heart shape right in front of her face right here. There we go. And get that thing as close as possible. Yep. And slide this in. There we go. And push those hands together. I mean, this cord is going to be still on in the way, but yeah, I think that works quite well. I mean, maybe it's kind of tilted, but that's close enough. For me, more than likely, I'm not gonna pose it that way. It's just troublesome, and I don't want to have that awful damaging on the face. I should have recorded that. Yeah, I like recording on how-tos, but I wasn't sure. It's one of those, it's kind of hard to record something and you actually end up messing it some more. It happened before too, so I want to make sure I got that scar on her face off. But yeah, that's that segment, and maybe I'll do another pose. Alright, I was looking for a good pose. Check out the back of the box, and I found this one, and that actually works really well for me. There you have it. Alright, so on this review, I've kind of showed I had a little bit of issues here and there. Well, for the first one, getting that head off, especially when you have to basically dismantle her to put that backpack on. That could be troublesome for some people, but again, just be careful. You kind of just have to twist side to side on that arms and head just to get that peg off. Otherwise, the binoculars could be troublesome too, especially when you're trying to have her grip on it. Over time, the hand does get loose, and you might have to kind of put pressure on it so it holds tight again. And do that without the binoculars on, obviously, and that will kind of give it a little bit more tension for her to hold it. Otherwise, it just kind of slips off. And on top of that, be careful not to hit the binoculars on her face. It might leave a scar, which has happened to me. But other than that, yeah, really great figure. I like it. She's quite adorable and cute, and quite simple as well. Anyways, that's it for the review. If you have any question, I'll try my best to answer that for you. Otherwise, that's about it. So until then, this is Meads. Thanks for watching.